We don't understand that we can do this. We don't understand the dynamics of building confidence within ourselves. See, when we believe in ourselves, a lot of things start to happen in the way they're supposed to happen. Do you know confidence is the hardest thing to understand and to create for yourself. We don't understand that we can do this. We don't understand the dynamics of building confidence within ourselves. See, when we believe in ourselves, a lot of things start to happen in the way they're supposed to happen. But if we don't develop this belief within ourselves, how are we supposed to grow to a new version of ourselves? How are we supposed to develop a new habit for us? See, here's the thing. Life teaches you everything that it needs to be taught at the time that it needs to be taught. Life teaches you things at the point when it needs to be taught, when you're ready and able to understand what's going on. There we go. I fixed it. So listen. So what this video is about is 10 ways to build your confidence. I got my sticky notes right here, so that way I can stay on track and actually identify the 10 ways and give example of why they're so important to me. Right? So the number one, trial and error. You have to be willing to try. You have to be willing to try. You have to understand that everything that you're doing is not gonna go so like you playing. It's not gonna go how you playing. Simply because it's not supposed to. It's supposed to put you in a position in life that's gonna make it overwhelming. It's gonna make it hard. It's gonna make it challenging. If you're not being challenged along your journey, you're pursuing the wrong thing, right? Trial and error comes when you actually trying to have the belief that it's not gonna work out. It comes from you knowing that if I start this today, what am I going to get from it? Honestly, I don't know what you're gonna get from it. But however, what I do think that you will possibly get from it is the will to keep going, the will to figure it out, the will to have a reason of not giving up. So if you want to change your life, start with trial and error. What works, what doesn't work. You have to figure this out by actually trying. Once you try, now you see, okay, maybe I don't like doing this. Maybe what I'm doing, what I just did is not, it doesn't fit me as well as I thought it would fit me. Okay, so what do you need to do? Just stop. Just cut it out. Figure something out that will work. But the only way you would be able to figure it out if you're able to try and fail and fail and fail and learn from the lesson that you already failed, or learn from the lesson that you already endured. But I'm telling you, it takes time. It takes time and perseverance. If you don't have this patience within yourself, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard no matter what. Right? Number two, understanding. Ties in with number one, trial and error. You have to understand it's going to be hard. You have to understand it's going to be challenging. You have to understand it's going to put you it's going to test you in different ways that you would never imagine. You have to understand this. I had to understand that in order for me to create the life that I desire, I have to go through things that are hard and challenging. I have to put myself in uncomfortable positions in order to grow and learn how to adapt to being uncomfortable. See, it doesn't come easy. When I was playing football, I was trying to figure out why I wasn't able to start in 9th and 10th grade. I was trying to figure that out. Why? Because I didn't look in the mirror and start working on myself. I didn't look in the mirror and put the time and effort in to actually figure out what I need to do in order to start being a factor on this team. The thing with life is that it's all about you. What do you need to do in order to change your paradigm today? Your paradigm today. What do you need to do? What you need to identify? Who do you need to meet? See, all these things correlate with life, with yourself, because if you don't know yourself, now it's scattered all over the place, right? It's counterintuitive if you want to pursue something, but you don't know why you're pursuing it, right? For instance, what I'm pursuing is that I want to be an example for the masses. Like, I can do it. If I can do it, you can do it as well. But trust me, behind the scenes, it's hard. Behind the scenes, people don't really show you like what's really going on. It's hard, it's challenging. So understand, if the next person can do it, you can do it as well. But are you willing to put this work in? Are you willing to go all out on your dreams? Are you willing to sacrifice? See, that's the part of understanding. Understanding that something has to give for something. Time has to give for success. Your effort, your dedication, your determination. Something has to give for something. What are you willing to give up? I'm willing to give up my fun time right now, because I know later on down the line I'll be able to create the life that I want and have fun whenever I want to. Right? So now I'm understanding that there's a timing with everything. It's not gonna happen overnight. You cannot create the life that you want in 24 hours. It takes years. Look at your favorite rapper, your favorite artist, your favorite person that you emulate. Look at them and see how long it took them to be successful. Just learn from them. Just learn from people that's doing what you want to do. How long did it take them to get to that point in order to start growing? To start growing. That's the part of understanding. Understanding behind the scenes is hard. However, you can do it as well. Third point, acceptance. Accept what you have done, who you have been around, what you haven't done, and just really accept it. You can't. See, here's the thing. As I was going through my journey, in the beginning phase of it, I was blaming other people for who I was doing, for what I was doing. Well, not entirely, however, but I wasn't putting the blame 100% on myself. I was trying to find an excuse. I was trying to find a reason. I was trying to find, like, why is this not working? Maybe because of, X amount of things, or maybe because of this, maybe because of that, but I never took self-accountability of why it wasn't working for me. It wasn't working for me because I wasn't putting the time in it. See, everything correlates to time and the will and the understanding and trial and error. If you're not willing to go through your trial and error to figure out what you need to do in order to change, it will never change. If I didn't go through what I went through with my divorce, I would never understand what pain is. And in order to understand it and not deal with that again. However, you can't control what happens. You can only control how you respond to it. You can only control how you respond to it. So how you're responding to things that happen to you. That's acceptance. How you controlling what happens to you. That once you learn to do that, things start to appear different to you. Life starts to appear different because now you're not pointing the finger to the next person. What did I do wrong in this situation? What did I do? I did this because of that, because of this, because of that. I did this. Take ownership and accountability for what you've done and realize it and start growing. Accept it. Accept who you are. Accept who you're becoming. Accept who you were. You feel me? Number 4, clarity. You have to be suffice on your goals. You have to have some type of clarity that of everything that you want to accomplish. For instance, I want to be the example for my community, not just my community, but for people all around the world. Notice I got a shirt that say billionaire in the making, because that's what I believe. I believe I'm a billionaire in the making because I understand what needs to happen. I understand that I need to meet more people in order to create a successful life. If I can help other people excel in their businesses, why won't I be successful? See, that's the thing about educating and investing in yourself. Things start to happen and you start to become an expert at things that people are not really an expert at. Right? So talking at a prime example, talking at a camera, talking to yourself is hard. It is hard. But how are you supposed to accomplish something if the second you realize it's hard, you quit? Man, listen, I was in college and I wanted to be a physical therapist because I had torn my ACL and I tore my ACL, my meniscus. I was trying to figure out who I was, what I wanted to do. And so prior to me getting surgery, I'll start going to physical therapy because if y'all haven't never torn a ligament or had surgery on your knee, you gotta strengthen the muscle before you have surgery. Then after the surgery, you gotta strengthen it again. So it's like, I feel like the first stretching part is pointless. However, there's a reason for everything. I just didn't ask for it, so I don't know that reason. So as I'm going through physical therapy every day, it became tedious. It became annoying. It became to the point where I really wanted to stop going. But what I didn't recognize was how strong my leg was becoming doing something each and every day. My leg went from like not being able to bend to being able to bend, to being able to stretch out, and then I'm sorry. My leg went from not being able to stretch out to being stretched out to not being able to stretch out to stretched out to stretched out to stretched out. Now I can sit normally. At first my leg was like that. However, now I can sit with it bent, right? So really the clarity there was that I thought I wanted to be a physical therapist because that's what I went through. The phase, the physical therapy, the process, and the healing. That's what I went through. I'm like, oh, this is a pretty cool gig. I like helping people, so I like helping people redefine themselves. So this could be a good field. Well, why not? So I started going to college. I've learned I don't like science. I don't like science. So in biology, I was going to Palomar in California. As I'm going through this class, I'm actually, taking notes. I'm listening. I'm there. I'm present. So we have tests. Prior to the test, he'll give us like homework to study and study guides and stuff like that. So that's what I did. I went home and studied. Went home and studied. I came back to take the test. I realized everything I just studied was not on the test. What? Listen, I don't know if y'all in college will understand how frustrating a test can be. But if you're putting all this time into studying, how are you supposed to pass it if it's not on the test? It was so hard. I had saw this video on TikTok. This guy was in the shower. He had on shorts, but this guy was in the shower, like working out the chemistry or some type of science field. In the shower, he was like, "Bro, I'm gonna fail. And then he was like, "Man, I studied for X amount of time and got a 40%. I said, "Man, I got to laughing. The reason why I got to laugh because I understand the pain, right? My goals wasn't as clarified as they need to be. When I started getting clarity, I knew I didn't want to be a physical therapy no more. That clarity dawned on me like, bro, I don't want to do this no more. So I stopped. The clarity was that I need to figure out what's comfortable to me rather than what's comfortable to everybody else. I don't like science. Science is a great field. Physical therapy is a great field, but I don't want to do it. That ain't my cup of tea. That is not my cup of tea. So I'm able to identify that and stop doing it. If I didn't put that time in it, to fail, to go through the trial and error, to understand what else, to accept it, I will still be doing something I didn't love to do. Autonomy, what is it called? Anatomy. Anatomy is phenomenal because it teaches you everything about the body. But I don't care about to know about the body. I would ask an expert, right? My expertise is getting in front of the camera, understanding YouTube, understand social media, understanding real estate, understanding things that I'm comfortable with doing. I know that because I can identify. My goals are more clarified today than they were a couple years ago. Trial and error makes you do that. Trial and error enhances you to grow. If you don't grow, guess what's gonna happen? You're doing things that you're not happy with doing, right? Number 5, purpose. You gotta have a purpose. You gotta have a purpose with your goals. You have a purpose with your dreams. You gotta have a purpose with your present day. See, the purpose comes from your drive and your will and what makes you feel better, right? I know I want to help people. How can I help people if I don't know myself? See, that's what it comes back to. Building confidence within yourself is a big realm of so many parameters that fit in one thing. It's because we have to work on ourselves daily. Because if we don't, we can't figure out what's working and what's not working. If we don't work on ourselves, you can't say, this is what I want to do because I love doing this. There's a reason behind everything. What's the reason? My purpose is that I want to give you an outlook to life that you can do this. You can do this as well. Don't get me wrong. I still be having hard times, hard days, hard moments. But I'm finding ways to push through. I'm finding ways to keep going. I'm finding ways to survive. I just don't want to survive. What do I need to do in order to become a billionaire? I need to become an expert and get around people, a lot of people, and be successful at that. I need to keep putting myself out there. So what am I doing? I'm keep putting myself out there. Becoming successful doesn't happen overnight. I said that earlier. It happens after all this repetition that put in order to create something that hasn't been created before. Patient and perseverance, trial and error, understanding, right? It takes time, but without a definite goal, a definite reason, a definite purpose, it will never be achieved. It will never be achieved. My selfish goal that I want the status of a billionaire so I can get in front of more people. And this is what I want to do. This is what's going to happen. I'm speaking it into the universe, slowly but surely, and I'm patient. Number 6, ego. Man, there's a difference between being confident. There's a difference between being confident and being egotistical. Confident is believing in yourself. Having ego means that you know it all. Having confidence means that you can do anything you put your mind to. Having ego means that you don't need nobody's help. So it diminishes the power of confidence because now you're coming off as arrogant. Understand, as you're working on yourself, you have something that everybody else doesn't have, or you have some type of expertise that everybody doesn't have. But how are you handling this power? How are you handling what you have? See, you have to identify what you have and realize how you can be yourself, remain humble, and not lose yourself. As I'm going along my journey, I've lost myself a couple of times. And when I lost myself, I just picked up the phone and called somebody like, man, how did you not lose yourself? Like, how do you remain like who you are and who you're becoming? Because man, it's hard. Man, it's hard. You just have to figure out a balance, right? You're here. You know all this information. Somebody's here. They don't know that much information. So how can we get to bring them up to your level and constantly growing and constantly growing and constantly growing? Really, it just understanding that people are at different levels, and that is okay. That is okay. That one person is not better than the next. I was talking to my homeboy. I can't really remember who I was speaking with, but he was like, Terrell, you know you better than me. I said, what? I said, man, listen. I said, don't ever tell nobody else that they better than you. I said, bro, we're all equal. We're all equal. It just one guy has more experience than other, right? You can't. What's the difference between a 20-year experienced person rather than a first-year experienced person? Time. That 19-year gap makes the difference. See, that's the thing. We have to understand that. What was the goal? Oh, ego. We have to understand that in order to create the life that we desire, ego has to be let go. You have to get rid of it. Because if you come to a stopping point and you don't know how to deviate from that, who you reaching out to? If you were an asshole this whole time and people are really coming to you and you like really pushing them off, why should anybody help you? Now you receive what you're putting out. If you're putting out positive energy, guess what's gonna happen? Guess what's gonna happen in return? You get positive energy as well. Ego has to go out the window so your inner peace can start actually expanding, right? Your inner peace is your confidence. Once you have confidence, you understand as you're stepping out your house, as you're stepping out, you have some type of sense and feeling about yourself that's unexplainable. Because you believe in yourself. Get rid of ego. Number 7, goal oriented. I'm learning this, and it's hard, and it's a big lesson. Being goal oriented is so vital because we gotta have long-term goals while also having short-term goals, and they balance out, right? What am I trying to accomplish? My short-term goal is that I want to really master real estate. I want to start bringing in deals monthly, maybe 3 to 5 days a month, and then I'm start scaling and hiring a team. So my small goals is to perfect real estate. Not only just real estate, perfect podcasting, have a guest on frequently with different expertise, different niches, and like different understanding of life. So that's my goal in podcasting, and then with also speaking, right? I want to really enhance my speaking capabilities by putting myself out there. Today, this weekend, I'm going to speak off with Grant Cardone. I don't know if I'm gonna win. I don't know if I'm gonna lose. It's okay. I'm seizing the opportunity and put myself out there. Whatever happens, happens. However, if I don't put myself out there, if I'm not goal oriented, I cannot achieve for greatness. right? So having goals are very vital because you need to have short-term goals that you're receiving, that you want to do, and long-term goals. My long-term goals is that I want to really give back to my community. Will I give back to my community? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my research on what do my community need in order for me to bring value. What are we lacking? I don't know because I haven't been in the last 4 years. So within the next couple of years, I'm doing surveys, studies, see what we need as a community in order to start growing. Then when I start a foundation, I got all the, you feel me? I got what is it called? I got things that represent what we was doing this whole time to build this up. So when I come out with everything that I want to do and push it out to the world, you see the track record of everything of why they started. My long-term goal is to really give back to my community, really educate them to a different level of life, different level of belief, different level of awareness, different level of confidence. I'm going to be doing that within the next couple of years. Y'all gonna see how I'm gonna be doing it. So number 7, make sure y'all have goals for yourself and you're reaching them each and every day. Belief. If I don't believe, I cannot achieve. If I cannot achieve, I cannot become. If I cannot become, I'm just content. Belief starts with yourself. That's why this topic, this video is so vital, because if you don't have confidence for yourself, it would never change the life that you wanna have. Confidence just doesn't say I'm confident, I'm this and that. It's the way you present yourself. It's the way you shake somebody's hand. It's the way you're having a dialect conversation. It's the way you're interacting with this other person, not just with this other person, with yourself. What do you like? What do you not like? What really be presentable as you're going out. See, a lot of times having belief is hard to gain because we don't know how to gain it. And here's how I gained it. I started to really pay attention to who I am, right? So faith by sight, functioning off of sight rather than functioning off of faith rather than by sight. I can't see where I'm going. I can't see the destination, but I know it's there. I know I'm on the right path. I know whatever happens is going to happen. It needs to happen. However, if I believe in myself, I can overcome anything. Having belief builds your confidence to a different level, because whatever happens, you're able to adapt to it and actually start growing, right? So I'm telling you, everything just correlates with everything, because we have to learn who we are, and who we are is so big of an explanation that you can't really explain, because we as human beings have to work on a lot. We have to work on a lot, but we have to put the time in it in order to figure it out. Right? And it takes time. Number 9, have courage. Courage is vital. Because without courage, you can't do something that's scary. By something that's scary, I'm talking about something when you got that feeling inside, you're like, nah, I want to do it. I don't want to do it, but I do it anyways. I've had a lot of encounters, while that fear overcome me. I still do it. However, I'm getting better at it by seizing the moment, by seizing the opportunity, by seizing this chance and present moment that I have today. It's hard. I was watching this podcast, and he was like, whenever I get scared, whenever I have fear, I do it anyways. Because what I came to learn, what would happen if you don't face your fear? Regret. Like, dang, I should have did this. I should have did that. I should have did this. Like, it was right there in front of me. Having a misconstrued conception of life. You feel me? Like, what if I would have done it? I'm telling you, I have the same thoughts. But that belief hit different when you got confidence in yourself. You feel me? Like, it really hit different. It really hit different as you're building confidence and self-belief within yourself. So number 8, have belief. Find your belief within yourself. Number 9. Number 9, have courage within yourself. And last but not least, number 10, the will to want better means that you're ready for a better life. That's number 10. The will to want better for yourself. I can't create the life that you want. What I'm learning is that I have to change me for me in order to help the next person. But in order for me to help the next person, they have to believe in themselves as well. I understand it takes a push, it takes encouragement, it takes understanding, it takes education, it takes the right timing, it takes all these excuses. That's understandable. I'm willing to put this time and effort into you. However, are you willing to put the time and effort into yourself? If you don't have the will, it will never happen. If you don't have the determination, it will never happen. If you don't have the patience, it will never happen. The will to want better for your life just really demonstrate that you're tired of the everyday life that you're living today. I was tired of the everyday life that I was living. So how can I grow to a different version of myself and start creating something special? I don't know. I need to get educated. So I started learning about real estate. So I started making content. So I started putting myself out there. So I just really started working on my communication skills. But how do I do that if I'm not willing to have courage? How do I do that if I don't want to go through trial and error? The will comes with is a test of life. But are you willing to go through this test in order to create a life that you desire? To recap, 10 ways to build massive confidence is first, trial and error. Next, understanding. Number 3, acceptance. Number 4, have clarity. Number 5, define your purpose. Number 6, let go of your ego. Number 7, be goal-oriented for short-term and long-term. Number 8, have belief within yourself. Number 9, have courage within yourself. And number 10, have the will to want better for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, click this video right here for more videos about personal development, and I'll see you there.